It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Commanders and the Texans, and it's all up next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And it certainly had taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, they'll burn you.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry here for Robinson. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
They'll go play action. Howell sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've done plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum?
I do. I think we're seeing it right here.
There's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And now Now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The numbers for Cooks in that game last week: 7 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get to the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
Working with a 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Carr now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Carr completes it, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They do get a yard there, but only a yard leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He sets to fire deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
From just shy of midfield, Howell throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. The wide open receiver complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. Up the middle they go. Means, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Howell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Now Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, I've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over first and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a handoff up the middle. Means. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Second and 10. Back to throw. Howell. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Howell now to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Let's go.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The middle they go. Means. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans 16.
9
yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Powell. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard of the completion in 2nd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And Howe will throw it. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Kamu Krujay-Hill getting in there and taking him down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Let's go.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it's caught. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half. These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here is Washington now to take over. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that loss week at the hands of Seattle. And they go play action with Howell. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 13 yards there and a Washington first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. 2nd down, Howell now. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Means. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
1st down, Howell to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
Jeez. Dude, you're so fired this year. Like, this is why we've been
holding
reading
a
your
big right
contract.
tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. You're just going to pick up a holding call.
Throwing here, Howell. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it. keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Houston. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Powell into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it up, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Powell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Well, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From midfield, here's Carr. Incomplete. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Carr. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Carr now on first down. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On first down, Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr again. This will be complete to Mechie. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. Touchdown, Texans! Brandon Cooks, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit, and then you can see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Here's Howell. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Howell to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On first down, Howell. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Faking the handoff, Howell. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. Problem for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Carr to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is
I'll take it. It wasn't pretty, but I'll take it.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Commanders, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5.